Mrs. Lawrence, I'd like you to meet Megan Kendall. She'll be babysitting for Sarah today.
Hello. Hi. Didn't I see you at the reservations desk?
Right, but I also help out with hotel services.
Oh, glad to have you. You'll be giving us a good 3 hours.
Can't I come shopping too?
Well, you have to take care of that headache, sweetheart.
Tell you what, Sarah, why don't I bring up a few video cassettes?
Have you got the new Star Trek?
You bet. Seen it twice myself.
Oh, that's nothing. Sarah's seen it 3 times already.
Daddy thinks science fiction turns me into a mindless blob.
Well, I should know. I'm a product of the Twilight Zone.
Incidentally, what happened with those cereal people who wanted to cut back on their TV ads?
I cracked the whip. Told them that doing business without TV ads is like winking at a girl in the dark. You know what you're doing, but she doesn't.
I'll have to use that line myself. And our hospitality suite.
Oh, it's the best in the hotel, the Versailles.
Good.
Excuse me, Mr. Ross, I have the final schedule for events and rooms.
Good. Thank you, Mark. Look, do me a favor. Go over it with Catherine, will you? I've got a date with a couple of copywriters. Later.
Yes, sir.
See you. How about a working lunch out at my house?
And then we'll take care of business?
Don't we always?
Oh, I love this suite. Are you sure it's okay we splurge?
Well, why not? The business is finally going great, and besides, we owe it to ourselves to treat ourselves to the better things in life, huh?
I love it, especially in the middle of the day.
Hey, it's 3 o'clock in Indianapolis.
Usually where you have your foreman and quality control manager backed up in your office.
Let's have a little quality control on this vacation, huh?
Maybe we should discuss it on the night shift.
Night shift.
Wish I could go too. My headache's all gone.
Oh, excuse me.
Tomorrow, sweetheart, with the good Lord willing, Yosemite will be one big day.
Hello, Mr. Lawrence.
Hi.
Mrs. Lawrence. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, did you bring the Star Trek?
Mr. Spock reporting aboard the Enterprise.
I'm gonna be an astronaut when I grow up, just like Sally Ride.
Hey, Mr. Spock, better watch out, because my girl's gonna discover more worlds than he ever dreamed of.
How do you know that, Daddy?
Well, trust me, kiddo. You got nothing but good things ahead for you.
Where's your camera, Mom? I want to take a picture of Janie. Great body, but she stares like a penguin.
On the sideboard.
Yeah.
Why don't you bring her home to dinner one night?
Well, I'm not sure about her yet. I'll wait to see if she passes the 4-week test.
I'll put a 4-week chicken in the oven.
Hi, you must be Jeff. I'm Mark Danning.
Sure. Mom's mentioned you. Gotta hustle.
Aren't you having lunch with us? I want you to meet Mark.
We met.
Catch you later.
Yeah. Bye, you two. Have fun.
Have a good time.
I'm not sure Jeff approves of me.
Oh, don't be silly. Ready for lunch?
Not yet.
Hi. Something wrong?
I'm not tired. My headaches come back.
Oh, Sarah, I'm sorry you feel bad. You're burning. Hi, this is Megan Kendall. Ask Dr. Kellen to come up to the Ralston suite right away, would you? Thank you.
You know, it's too bad we have to do such a selling job. Every time we want our young geniuses recognized.
In the battle of art, Victoria, genius is the punch, but selling is the fancy footwork.
You mean you could take a painting by almost anyone and sell it to these buyers? Even one of my pictures?
That's going too far, Victoria. You are only an amateur, after all.
But you're one of the best art dealers in the world.
Only one of?
And I've been painting all my life. Some people think I'm pretty good.
No, but surely you wouldn't put yourself in the same class as the young artist you're sponsoring. Look here, for example. Notice the way the brush attacks the canvas. Why, it's a veritable riot of color and line. And here, for instance, such panache. And here, for instance...
Oh, Mark, it's gonna be such a clam bake. I talked Jackson into making it a worldwide conference of all of our creative agency heads.
Oh, finally you'll have somebody to speak French with.
If I can remember any of it. I was 10 when we left France.
Well, I don't know. The way you're going, you'll be able to open up your own ad agency anywhere in the world.
Don't rush me. You know, I'm just now getting used to having any dreams at all. My whole fantasy life used to end with my wedding day. I thought home and marriage was all I was ever supposed to want.
And how's your fantasy life these days?
Since meeting you, outstanding.
What's wrong? Jeff won't be back for over an hour.
You know, you're the only man that's counted for me since my divorce.
You're the first woman that's ever counted for me.
Not that simple. We're different generations.
Honey, I told you that doesn't matter.
Wait till you're over 40, then tell me that.
The only thing I'll ever tell you is that we're perfect for each other.
Hold me. Hold me.
But she just had a headache.
Is that right, Sarah? Does your head hurt?
Please. My mommy. My daddy. Please find them.
We will, honey. They'll be here soon.
I'll be right back, Sarah. She's running a fever, and her blood pressure's up, and I don't like the sound of that headache. Where are her parents?
They're out shopping for the afternoon.
Better find them.
Is it that bad?
I don't know yet. Let's watch her for an hour or so. But find those parents. This could be one sick child.
Georgie, darling. Hello, Kai. Oh, you look marvelous. Thank you.
You enjoy La Costa?
Well, look. Shed 10 pounds and gained the most divine new protege.
Oh, a young artist?
A young masseur. He's escorting me to the art show tomorrow night. Oh, new paintings? Yes, what do you think? Are they any good? Is the artist handsome? Oh, you know perfectly well I painted them. Well, so you did. You're so talented. Yes, I'm afraid I have to admit I've been daydreaming about our art show. You're not serious. Victoria, you don't truly think that Adam would put one of your paintings in the art show, do you? That's exactly... Oh, Kai, you are such a rascal, you. If only you could paint the way you cook. Victoria, why don't you paint Kai's salad? It looks exactly like an English garden.
Yeah. But if they do show up, I'd really appreciate a call. Thanks. Lawrences are still out there somewhere. Nobody seems to know where. Not even the minister.
The minister?
They wrote his name on the registration card as a local friend.
What's happened? How is she?
A lot worse. Her blood pressure's elevated. She's abnormally tired and weak. And that headache? Sarah told me that she slipped, hit her head in the rain about a month ago. Now, this could be a subdural hematoma.
That's a blood clot, isn't it?
From a ruptured blood vessel in the brain, yes.
But a month ago?
Well, it often takes that long to show up. Now, if this is a hematoma, well, she could lapse into a coma at any moment.
What can we do?
Get her to a hospital immediately.
All right. I accept responsibility for the St. Gregory.
Good.
She'll be all right, won't she?
I don't know. I've seen hematomas kill in just a few hours. And the clock's already running for this little girl.
How was the game, Jeff?
Don't tell me you're gonna be my new father.
What are you talking about?
Come on, Mark. You've been seeing Mom for a month. You must be lovers by now.
I'm sorry. We should have told you.
Well, I'm not stupid. I figured it out. Just want to know whether you're gonna be moving into the house or if it's a casual thing.
No, I'm not going to be moving into the house. And no, it's not just a casual thing.
You're a lot younger than Mom.
Well, so what?
Well, so Mom's gonna get hurt.
Jeff, it's not like that at all.
It's exactly like that. You're playing a game with my mom. The name of the game is sex, right? Nothing but sex.
Thank God you're back.
What's wrong, Sarah?
She's seriously ill. I'll explain in the ambulance.
The ambulance?
She needs hospital attention.
No.
Maybe I didn't make myself clear. I think there's a blood clot.
You cannot take her to the hospital.
What are you saying? This is a matter of life and death.
Give her to me.
Mr. Lawrence, now I've just examined Sarah. You've got to listen to me.
Look, I appreciate what you're saying, but I'm taking Sarah into the room now.
Mrs. Lawrence, please make your husband understand.
I'm sorry. Phil.
It's against our religion.
What?
Medical care is against our beliefs. Only God can cure Sarah. Please try to understand that we believe illness is simply an illusion.
An illusion?
Yes, an illusion that can only be dispelled through the belief in God.
But if she's dying...
Don't look at me like that. Don't you understand that we love Sarah? What do you think's going through my mind right now? How is she?
You'll have to sign a declaration accepting responsibility for what happens to Sarah.
Fine. Anything you need.
Mrs. Lawrence, how can you let Sarah suffer unnecessarily?
We're not doing this to harm our daughter. She's in God's hands.
You're really in love with her?
She's a wonderful woman. Her husband never knew what he had. Tried to keep her a housewife.
You don't have to convince me. She's a beautiful, intelligent woman.
You don't think she's
too old for you?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I like that. She's settled, secure, got a home. Everything I never had.
Including a grown son.
Well, Jeff's a nice kid. He's a little protective of his mom, but that's understandable. I never had a great relationship with my own folks. It's funny how some people want to run away from home. Guess I've always been trying to run to home. Well,
Mark, all the luck in the world.
Thanks.
I just don't know that there's anything I can do.
You can instruct our lawyers to get a court order forcing the Lawrences to give Sarah medical care.
They are entitled to their beliefs under the law.
I thought illness and death were the great enemies of medicine.
They are, for me. But these people see death differently, even as a way to salvation.
So we should allow them to just kill their own child?
Christine, we all feel this tragedy. But why are you taking it so personally?
How else should I take it? What kind of people are we to stand by and do nothing?
I'm sorry. It's not for the hotel to interfere with any family's religious beliefs.
Robbie, don't you ever run out of pictures to deliver?
This one's Mrs. Cabot's. My boss just framed it for her.
Hey, I just took a look in the Sutherland room. Pretty ritzy setup, buddy.
Yeah? Any chance of a sneak preview?
Came to the right guy. Follow me.
Good afternoon.
Man, look at those frames. Put a couple on myself, you know.
Yeah?
Yeah. You know, paintings I can take or leave, but a gilt frame is what I call art with a capital F.
Well, then I thought that we could meet the press with all of our young proteges. Fine. Although I admit I'd rather be introduced as an artist than as a sponsor. Oh, well, you're not still daydreaming about that, are you? Victoria, it's time you recognize that you are simply not good enough to be in an art show. Thanks a lot. Oh, nothing personal, darling.
Hey, there's Mrs. Cabot. Better get her picture up to a suite fast. Thanks. Yeah.
Europe? Who's going to Europe?
Jean-Yves has been bumped up to New York. And we're going to need a new creative liaison for Ross and Sterling. In Europe.
Me? Oh, I haven't been to Paris since I was a kid.
Yes, but you were born there, weren't you? Now, don't tell me that you're not just itching to hit those boulevards again.
Oh, Jackson, it will be a dream come true.
I thought so.
How's that little girl holding up?
Not good.
Go home, Christine. You've done all you can.
Sarah has to be taken away from them.
Now, you sound as cruel as you say they are.
Are you going to tell me you agree with what they're doing?
No, but maybe, just maybe, they know what they're doing.
How can you say that?
Well, we've all seen things we can't explain. Patients and friends who get better unexpectedly. Maybe just because somebody cared for them or nursed them.
Yeah, we've also seen friends die because of those people.
Overdoing it, aren't you?
Oh, darling, be happy for me.
How happy are you going to be when Mark starts looking around for someone his age?
I can't believe you're trotting out all these old stereotypes. Why are you so angry?
I don't want you to be hurt.
Do you think you're going to lose me? Oh, darling, love isn't like a piece of stone that Mark is chipping away at. The more you love, the more people you love, the more there is for all of us. It's only when you don't love, only then that it shrivels and dies.
Your painting, Mrs. Cabot, it was returned from the framers this afternoon.
Yes. It's not my lily pond.
It does appear to be different.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. They have delivered someone else's painting.
I've got a lily pond here that doesn't match the list. supposed to be landscape.
Sure, it's a landscape.
Looks like a lily pond to me.
Look at that green stuff right there. That's land.
All the way in the background?
If it's got land, it's a landscape.
Okay.
What if she's dying?
What's the point in believing in something if you're gonna quit when things get tough?
She's only 8 years old. She's hardly begun to live.
I know that. Jean, please, honey. Don't make it worse for both of us. Please.
Then you tell me. Why is God asking this of us?
I don't know. Maybe he's testing us.
To success.
Do you think me too ambitious? I mean, women in my family were not supposed to be ambitious.
Ambition never hurt anyone.
So how come it took me so long to find that out?
It was worth the wait. You're more beautiful than ever.
You know, that's how I thought about you when we first met. A very ambitious young man. You frightened me.
Since when have you been frightened of anything?
Since you made me want something I could never have.
Who says you can't have it?
Oh, Mark, if only we could.
There's nothing we can't have together. I love you. Marry me.
You had no right to call a lawyer.
He said there have been cases where states have filed suit to gain custody of these sick children when their parents refuse them medical care.
St. Gregory is not a state.
We could call in the district attorney's office.
I already did. Yeah, I had dinner last night with an assistant DA. They know all about the Lawrences. They choose not to prosecute.
That's crazy.
It's a legal judgment. Christine, you gotta stop turning this into a personal vendetta.
It's no vendetta. Just a memory.
You said a friend.
My best friend. She was a quiet, lovely girl. Wore long, heavy dresses even in the summer. We were 10 years old.
You don't have to tell me anything.
I want to. I want to tell you how I felt when a tumor developed in her arm and her parents refused to let her see a doctor because of their fundamentalist beliefs. I want to tell you how I felt when she died.
I never thought he'd leave Sarah.
I just want to tell you that our prayers were answered. Sarah recovered early this morning.
Thank God for that.
I do thank God. We love her very much, and I don't know what we would have done if she'd have died. Oh, excuse me.
But they would have let her die, wouldn't they?
I've been paying this lot off for the past 5 years. Thought we might take a drive up there tomorrow.
The two of us?
Yeah.
How come?
And did your mom tell you I asked her to marry me?
What did she say?
She didn't give me an answer. I think maybe because of you.
My mother makes her own decisions.
You know, this house will be the first place I could ever really call home.
Yeah. Mom said something about you being an Air Force brat.
Only now, Jeff, I want to put my roots down here with your mom.
Yeah, well. A guy doesn't like to think of his mother jumping in bed with the first good-looking man who comes along.
Oh, come on, Jeff. You know we have something a lot deeper than that.
You know, I always had friends who thought Mom was really great. I never thought she would go for somebody like you.
Seems like I'm not old enough to be your father and not young enough to be your friend.
Why did you ask me to come here?
Because I want your blessing, Jeff.
I have to get back.
We on for tomorrow to see my land?
Sorry, I already have a date. Thanks for, breakfast.
No, no, no. I painted a lily pond. You delivered a landscape, all right? Well, call me as soon as you find it. Thank you.
You sure you didn't paint that thing, Victoria? Not just trying to get my attention?
What are you suggesting, Adam?
You wanted to get one of your pictures into the show, didn't you?
You knew all along.
Stay an amateur, my dear. Much better to paint a picture than try to sell it. And far less humiliating.
But where is my picture?
Be back before lunch?
Oh, positive. I just got a quick courtesy call to a tool buyer.
I'm sorry, Phil, for doubting, for not keeping faith.
Listen, you don't have to be sorry. You're the one that kept me going. We chose a tough road, but we held fast, and God heard our prayers.
Hello, darling.
Hi. Do you really think this is a good idea?
You know, I felt like I almost got through to Jeff this morning. Have we knocked the ball around a few times?
Okay, Mom. I'm really trying, but I think this is dumb.
No, come on, Jeff. Just give me a chance, that's all.
You know, the two of you really do look good together. You could be brothers. Jeff, would you excuse us for a minute?
Yeah, sure.
Catherine, I'm not Jeff's brother.
But you could be. You're not much older.
Why are you saying this? I love you. And I know you love me.
Yes, I do love you.
Say you'll marry me.
There's something we have to talk about. Jackson wants me to be creative liaison with the agency's European offices.
Well, that's wonderful. That's what you've always wanted. I'm happy for you.
And things are going to be rather hectic after the conference.
And what are you leading up to?
Mark, I was 18 years old when I had Jeff. This year he's going away to college and my job's finally opening up. I don't want to start all over again with another baby. Not even your baby.
Now, don't do this, Catherine. You know, if we love each other, we'll work it out.
We are two different people. You want your house in Pacific Heights and I want Rome and Paris. It won't work. I know you think you'll never get over this, but you'll find somebody else. People always do.
So that takes care of me?
Sorry. But maybe now we can both go on with the rest of our lives.
sent him away because of me, didn't you?
No. No, it just couldn't work out with us.
You really do love each other, don't you?
Sarah, let's get ready before Daddy comes back. Sarah.
Sarah? Sarah! All I know is I've got somebody's painting and somebody's got mine.
I'll check it out with the art shippers. A lily pond, right?
Right.
I don't know, Megan. Modern art's pretty confusing. You've got op art, you've got pop art, you've got Dadaism, Cubism, abstract expressionism.
You'll be fine. I'm impressed how you boned up for the show.
Oh, sure. Now I know all about art. But I just don't know what I like anymore. But at least someone still paints something simple I can understand.
She's lapsed into a coma.
She was laughing. We were going to go on the cable car.
Please try to understand. Your daughter's had a relapse.
Oh, dear God, no.
Where's your husband?
What? He went to the warehouse, a client who buys tools from Phil.
Mrs. Lawrence, Sarah's going to die unless we get her to a hospital.
I'll call him.
He'll say no again.
Well, then you say yes. Your child's life is at stake.
You don't understand. We've all committed ourselves to our faith.
Sarah's just a child. What does she know about commitment?
She knows. She loves our religion. When she grows up, she'll fully embrace it.
But you're not letting her grow up. You're not letting her make her own choice.
Stop it. Leave me alone. I don't know what to do.
Mrs. Lawrence, what kind of a God do you worship that wouldn't forgive you for saving the life of your innocent 8-year-old girl?
Take her. You take her, then you take her to the hospital.
Give her space, Mark. Just take it one day at a time.
It's not just our ages, Peter. It's what we each want out of life.
I never did answer your question last night, Mark. My son just gave me the answer.
How is she?
We've located the hematomas. There are 2, one on each side under the membrane.
Please tell me what matters.
The clots are exerting pressure on the brain. If I don't remove them, Sarah will die.
And if you operate?
Well, results are usually very good. However, Sarah has come to us late. There still could be irreversible brain damage. I've been informed you might have religious objections to my performing surgery.
They need your permission.
I can't.
Mrs. Lawrence, please. It may already be too late. How could you not let them? It's your child.
Mr. Lawrence. Mr. Lawrence.
Well, what are you... Oh, it came back?
It's worse than before.
Why didn't you call me? I could have gone directly to the hotel.
Sarah's not at the hotel.
And I know I can talk Peter into giving me 3 weeks off, Ernie, but
Only 3 weeks?
how much time do you need just to start up an office in Paris?
Well, then there's London and Rome. I'll need at least 2 months.
2 months?
Oh, darling, you're so young and inexperienced in these things.
Don't put me down like that, Catherine.
I'm sorry. It was a dumb thing to say. You know what? I'm going to think about Europe as a fabulous meal. With dessert at the beginning.
Jean, you've got to stop them.
It's too late, Phil. I've already signed the consent form.
But you've abandoned our faith.
Better than abandoning our daughter.
How can you do it? You'll destroy Sarah.
Please help me pray for her.
Pray for her or pray for the doctor.
I've searched my heart, Phil. Either way, God's will be done.
How will she ever know about his will? You've taken her away from God forever.
Two months. No way the St. Gregory can lose you for that long.
But I'm entitled to back time.
Enough back time for all the other European trips she'll be making?
Who says she'll be traveling all the time?
You told me that's what she wants. I'd like to give you all the time you need, Mark. I just can't.
I'm getting married, Peter. Can't you help me out?
A month, okay?
Yeah, thanks.
Excuse me. Oh, yes, darling. Yes, Billy.
I found it.
My painting?
I tracked down one of our workers, and he thought maybe hung the wrong picture in here.
Oh, that's ridiculous. My picture's no more in here than in the Smithsonian.
You want to call the Smithsonian?
She won't be able to talk for a while, but you can go up and sit with her later if you like.
Thank you.
Do you understand, Mr. Lawrence? We've evacuated the blood. There's no brain damage. Your little girl will be fine.
Can't you accept this as God's will? I know he forgives us.
You better pray that he does, because I never will.
He'll feel differently when he sees Sarah.
You don't know him. I've saved my daughter by killing my husband.
Mrs. Cabot, there's nothing I can do. I can't just take the picture down in front of everyone.
But I'm going to be disgraced.
This is disgraceful, Victoria.
Oh, I'm sorry, Adam. I should have owned up immediately.
You know this picture isn't in our catalog.
You really must reprimand the printer. How could he leave out this cry from the heart? I just hope the scandal won't reflect on the other artists. Cry from the heart? Darling, this picture is life, and life is this picture. I must have it.
But we don't know who painted it.
Oh. You mean you like it? Like it? Why, it's a whisper of Degas, a breath of Pissarro, a murmur of Monet.
And Georgina's willing to pay a scream of a price for it.
Just how loud? Scream, Georgina.
Thought I was like Abraham. God tested him and demanded that he sacrifice his only child.
You passed the test, Phil. I'm the one who failed.
Then I have to believe that Sarah was meant to be here.
Can you accept what I did? I couldn't let our little girl die.
I know that. And I'm grateful for that. I guess you did what you believed you had to do.
And you?
I believe God forgives.
I just wanted Mom to be happy and free and have everything she's dreamed about.
And I want that for her, too.
I know that now. And I know that you two are going to be happy together. In your house on the hill.
Unless she's ever home long enough to stay there. Catherine?
Mark, darling, isn't it wonderful? Just think, in 1 hour, this entire suite is going to be filled with ad executives from all over the world. And Jackson is going to introduce me to all of them.
You look beautiful.
Oh, you make me feel beautiful. Where's Jeff?
I asked him to let us have a few minutes. Here, I brought you something.
A present? A stone? Is it a special stone?
Kind of. Well, it's really not worth anything. But it comes from the hill where I broke ground for my house.
Then it's the most precious stone in all the world to me.
It's just a little something to remember me by when you're in Europe.
Are you still angry with me for going away?
No, it's just gonna make things hard for us, that's all.
Everything's together for the first time in my life.
Except us. Well, we're not together. We're not apart. We're stuck somewhere in the middle.
Mark, I don't understand. Just a few hours ago.
Catherine, dear. Everything happened so fast for us. We never really got a chance to get to know each other. Well, we had a great time together, but the rest of the world broke in.
I need my new life.
And I need your old one. A home and a family.
Oh, Mark, the last time I gave up my dreams, it killed my marriage. And I would die if that happened to us.
It never will. I love you too much for that.
So you're leaving me?
All we're doing is postponing a wedding.
Maybe someday we can put the stone in the ground together.
Everything okay?
Lawrence has just faced the toughest test parents could ever face. I can't judge them anymore.
Bet you had a party to go to, Mark.
My mistake. And I won't be needing those 4 weeks off. Catherine's going to Europe alone.
Oh, Mark, I'm sorry.
Don't be. She'll never be more than a stone's throw away.
In a place like this, a man can survive jet lag very easily.
Well, I think you're going to enjoy your stay.
I've been thinking about coming here for a long while. Mr. William Griffin, I have a reservation.
We have someone on our staff by that name.
That's my son, Billy.
Now I see the resemblance.
Well, I do have a few more gray hairs, but we have been accused of looking like father and son. Where might I find him?
Oh, he has an office on the mezzanine. Let me give him a call for you.
No. Don't tell him I'm here yet. We'll keep it a surprise. All right.
Right this way. Yeah, I'm glad you came by, but you didn't have to go out of your way.
Darling, I didn't. I'm meeting Buffy for a drink, remember?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You still have a few minutes. Getting nervous?
Embarrassed. I'm getting embarrassed. Whose idea was this bachelor party thing anyway?
And I suppose I'll have a nice, dirty movie for you to look at.
Swell.
Oh, it'll be good for you. 2 more days, and then you're all mine. Did you reconfirm that we keep the suite through Sunday?
Joyce, they have our deposit.
Well, we better double check. This is no time to risk a computer error.
The underground garage has needed repaving for some time, so let's go ahead and get estimates. Anything else?
I think that about covers it.
I should have the revised budget finished today.
Peter, I'd like to ask you a little favor.
You didn't even ask me a big favor.
My nephew's arriving today. He's very bright and, well, quite mature for his age, about to enter college, and...
But?
Well, I'm all tied up with Senator Egan, and I won't be able to show him around. Now, what I was wondering, could you spend any time with him tonight and maybe a little more tomorrow?
Well, I'll try, but I'm up to my elbows in quarterly budgets.
Oh, right.
Maybe I could help out?
Oh, Christine, I'd be so grateful.
Sounds like fun. That way, Peter can't ask me to help with the quarterlies.
I think a settlement may still be possible. I see no reason to be combative. What do you think?
I think lawyer talk should be out for the weekend. Gary, just think how different our lives will be once we're married.
How?
Well, living together's a nice experiment, but marriage, that's the commitment, isn't it? I can get some monogrammed towels, a complete service for 8. No, 12.
Hi, Gary. Hi,
Hi,
Joycey. I've just been to Gump's. You've got a lot of nerve, young lady. $220 a place setting.
Well, look, I don't want to be late for my stag.
Have you booked a table for your dinner with Daddy? Don't forget to wear your dark suit.
Yes, I have, and yes, I will.
Be a good boy at your party.
Isn't that what I've been doing? Being good?
Mr. Griffin.
Yes?
Mark Danning. I work with your son, Billy.
Nice to meet
Yeah,
you.
well, they told me you were in here waiting. Billy just got back, so if you still want to surprise him.
After you. Lead the way.
I can't resist another one of these. Oh, Kevin's traveling through the country saying hello and goodbye to friends and relatives before entering college.
Thank you. Where are you going?
Princeton.
It's a wonderful school.
Yeah, a lot of greats have passed through its halls. Woodrow Wilson, Senator Bradley, Brooke Shields.
Oh, Kevin, listen, about dinner, I'm so sorry I can't join you.
Oh, it's all right, Aunt Victoria, really. You want Christine to have some adult companionship, and I'm only too happy to accommodate.
How does she do that?
She must have had ballet training. You guys are getting a little too gross for me.
In the morning.
Lieutenant Liddy was a peach. We've got 6 mounted and 6 patrolmen during the princess's visit.
Good going. That's one less problem.
Hello, son.
Hello.
Your friend Mark let me in.
Oh. So what are you doing in town?
I had some business on the West Coast. Thought it'd be a good chance to come and see you. Bill Griffin, Sr.
Peter McDermott. Yeah, well, I better get back to my budgets. Nice meeting you.
My pleasure. How's your mother?
Fine.
I'm glad. I thought you and I might have dinner.
Sure. I'm a little thrown by all this. You could have let me know you were coming. It's been a long time.
7 years.
8.
Yes, well, time is our common enemy, isn't it?
Oh, welcome to the St. Gregory.
Thanks, Billy. It's good to be here. How does 8 o'clock sound to you?
Fine.
Good. Then I'll see you at 8.
Is this to defend myself with? That's not for you, dummy. It's for Joyce.
Come on, buddy. Come on. Let me buy you a drink. You know, that Joyce of yours, I love her. She's the best.
She's Ray, let me ask you something. Ray, wow. Have you noticed how many charming and beautiful women there are out there in the world?
Oh, yeah. And after tomorrow night, that's what you're going to be limited to, noticing.
How much longer is this going to go on, Ray?
Oh, well, the night's still young.
Not for me. I'm not feeling too well lately.
Pre-marriage jitters, we've all had them once. In my case, twice.
Ta-da! Who are you?
Elaine.
What happened to Helen?
She couldn't make it. Just asked me to fill in.
Welcome to the party, Elaine.
Now, which one of you is Gary?
Enjoy your wedding present, big guy.
nice Chateau Le Bordeaux, if that's to your liking, Miss Francis.
An excellent choice.
Thank you.
I'll tell you what. Why don't you call me Christine?
Okay. And you can call me Mr. Walker. So, you're not married? No wedding ring?
No, I'm not.
Me neither. I don't know if the institution works anymore. Relationships seem to be so transitory these days.
Has anyone told you that you're a charming young man?
You just did.
All right, let's go, guys. Time to leave these two lovebirds alone.
Oh, no, have another drink. No, come on. The night is really young. Yeah, bye. Look, okay, I realize that your friends hired me for a little more than a two-step and all that. The only reason that I substituted for Helen was because I really needed the money, you know, and now I don't want you to take this personally or anything like that. But you see, I never intended to actually go... Oh, hey, you. Come on now, wake up. Come on. Hey, wait a minute now. Don't go out on me now. Wake up. What about my $300? Okay, so how about 150? Oh, come on. I have no place to go. I don't believe this. I do not believe this, okay? Let's open these knuckles.
This Béarnaise sauce is wonderful. And how's yours?
It's good.
I'll bet you're a 49er fan now, right?
That's right.
The hometown team is doing wonderful this year.
This is my hometown now, Dad.
Oh, yeah. I guess it is. But I'll follow the Eagles no matter where I go. Look, Billy, I came a long way. I was hoping you'd be a little more pleased to see me.
Well, I don't know what you expected. You didn't even come to my high school graduation.
Your mother was there.
Well, so were 600 other people. You could have set aside your troubles with Mom for a couple of hours. I mean, I'm sure there was a couple of days in the last 8 years you could have squeezed me in.
I wanted to, Billy, but I'm practically always on the road. You know how it is with salesmen. I mean, there's just never enough time to...
Hey, you never took the time, okay?
That's not true, Billy. When you were in high school, I went to as many of your track meets as I could.
You know, Mom had it easier. When she got tired of you not being around, she divorced you. I couldn't.
Billy, I didn't come here to fight with you. I was just wanted to see you. You know, catch up on things. Well, after all, I am your father.
Since when?
Hello. Is this Gary Hanslick's suite?
Mm-hmm. Who's calling?
His fiancée. Who's this?
This is the housekeeper. One moment, please. You wake up.
What?
Hey, wake up.
What?
Wake up.
What are you doing here?
Let's discuss that after you speak with your fiance.
Joyce? Hello?
Why are you still there?
Well, honey, I was in no condition to drive last night.
Well, you should have called.
I couldn't see the numbers on the telephone.
That didn't sound like a maid on the phone, Gary.
Well, honey, what's a maid supposed to sound like? Can I call you back? I got a terrible headache. I gotta find some aspirin, okay? Bye. What are you doing here?
Greeting the new day, just like you.
You mean you slept here?
Mm-hmm.
In the same...
Mm-hmm.
Did we?
You still have your clothes on.
Right. It's just if if we had, you know, I'd kind of like to know how it went.
I wasn't gonna have sex with you.
But I thought that...
No, well, you see, I conned my way into this job, figuring I could tap dance around that part.
How come you're still here?
Oh, well, I was gonna crash at a friend's, but then it got too late and you'd already passed out, so that there wasn't really anything that I could... Something wrong?
No. It's just that you look different in the daytime. I gotta go.
Looking like that? Look, my pants are really wrinkled too, so why don't we send our clothes down for a really quick press? Meantime, we can order some room service. Now, tomato juice is the best thing for a hangover.
Hi.
Hi.
Can I talk with you for a minute?
You may.
Can you get away for a few hours?
Away? Why?
You have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see a fantastic French film with a young but charming American escort.
Oh, the one down at the Cinema 3? I've been dying to see that. They got great reviews.
So?
I gotta work.
If anyone asks, you're on official assignment from my aunt, the owner. You are, remember?
Billy, the Belgian ambassador is visiting us, not the entire NATO alliance.
Well, trim it down.
You okay?
Yeah.
You act like you're being pulled in 6 directions.
I'm sorry.
Anything to do with your father?
I don't know why he came here. I'm all off balance. We're like oil and water. We always have been.
Well, everybody says he talks about you with pride.
Oh, yeah. Of course he does. He's a real hit-and-run charmer. But when you need him, he's not there. I better go revise this.
And then the show I was dancing in closed. So this cake popping job will get me back to New York.
What's back there?
Auditions. It's tough being a gypsy.
A gypsy?
Mm-hmm. That's a chorus dancer who goes where the work is. Or hopes it is.
Boy, it must be great to just up and go.
Actually, I was hoping for an excuse to stay here. Probably our clothes.
Who are you?
I'm from next door. I locked myself out and just had to use the phone. Sir, thank you so much for your kindness. Good day, ma'am.
Who is that woman?
Joyce, could you hold it down, please? She told you. She's from next door, had to use the phone. Aren't you going to be late for work?
You sounded very strange on the phone. I understand that men will be boys, Gary, but I want to know what went on.
Sweetheart, nothing went on other than finding out I don't hold my vodka very well.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. There's a chance I can get away for
A little prenuptial noodling. So make sure the maid cleans the room up. This is the bridal suite, remember? And don't forget to pick up the bathrobe I bought you.
Top of my list.
Well, she's very pretty. A little tense, but very pretty.
Listen, thank you for your quick thinking.
Oh, well, I wouldn't want to be responsible for altering the course of true love.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, you feel like going down to the wharf tonight, get some soft shells? I could use a night off.
Yeah, sure, I'm free. You Dudley?
Hi. They said I might find you here.
Mr. Griffin.
Mark.
Would you like some coffee?
Thanks.
Well, I've got some paperwork to get caught up on. See you both later.
Why'd you trap me like this?
I figure it's the only way I get to talk to you. Come on now, Billy. What is it? You still carrying a grudge about the divorce?
Yeah, that's part of it. And for mostly just not being around.
What about the times I was around and wanted to see you? And you were too busy hanging out with those guys that you ended up going to jail with.
Well, maybe if you had been around, I wouldn't have gotten into trouble in the first place.
Don't blame me for what you did.
Right. You had nothing to do with it.
I'm sorry you hate me so much.
I don't hate you. I don't feel anything.
Yes, sir. May I help you?
Yes, I'd like to pick up a bathrobe. Name's Hanslick.
Give me just a moment, sir. I'll check in the back.
Yep.
So, you and Joyce known each other long?
We've been living together about 6 months.
She thought it was about time, huh? For marriage.
Yeah.
Do you love her?
She's a terrific person.
So's my Uncle Herman, but do you love her?
Don't you have someone to buy a robe for?
No, I'm free as a bird. Why is she gonna buy you a robe anyway? I mean, a robe is for an anniversary or Father's Day.
It's considerate, all right?
Oh.
I'll be able to lounge around in it. I don't know.
Here you are, Mr. Hanslick.
That's it. You know, I always like the feel of terry cloth myself. I wonder if I could exchange this robe for something like this.
Of course. There.
Now, what do you think?
All that matters is what you think.
I like it. I like it. It's a little long, but could I get this altered?
Well, certainly. I can have it for you late Friday.
Oh, no. I need it by tomorrow.
Tomorrow's easy. You're talking to an ace with needle and thread.
I've seen all of his films. I think he's incredible.
Oh, but that was so sad the way you left her at the end.
Yeah, imagine putting your country ahead of Catherine Deneuve. Bonne chance, mon chéri. Au revoir.
Excuse me.
Kevin was doing a scene from a movie we just saw.
Matinee.
Oh, give me a break, Peter. You were tied up with quarterlies, remember?
Hey, I know you'll make up the time tonight.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, but Christine and I have plans for this evening.
Oh?
I'll try not to keep her up late, but when we're together, we both lose track of time.
You know, I think that the waist should be just a little bit tapered.
You really are good at this, aren't you?
Well, dance companies usually don't have much of a budget for costumes, so I learned to make my own. You still haven't told me if you're in love with Joyce.
Of course I love her. She's very caring. She's intelligent. Smart girl.
In love? Have you ever been in love?
I don't know. What's in love? Is that in love?
That's a start.
Billy Griffin.
This is Dr. Rossner's office.
Yes?
You missed your chemotherapy appointment this morning. Dr. Rossner asked me to find out if you could possibly come in for it on Friday.
I'm sorry. This is Bill Griffin, Jr. I'll make sure my father gets the message.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Hey, what's the matter?
I don't know. I guess I never really thought of myself as being romantic by nature. But making love with you, I liked it.
Me too.
Yeah, but it's more than just liking it. I think I like you.
Well, just for the record, I don't make love with somebody unless I feel something very special.
What's happening to me? 24 hours ago, everything made complete sense. Now I'm having a midlife crisis, and I'm not even in midlife. Why couldn't I have met you earlier?
I think we met just in time.
The only thing more beautiful than these is the woman receiving them.
Kevin, that's very sweet.
I always knew one day I'd meet the woman of my dreams.
Kevin, I think you're a very nice young man. But don't forget, there's a big difference between us. I'm almost 10 years older.
What's 10 years when one has such simpatico?
Kevin, please. You're getting much too carried away with this. Now, I have to go back to work. I really do.
I'm not leaving until you kiss me.
One kiss. On the cheek.
I'll see you tonight. Hi, sir.
Hi.
Peter, I swear I can explain.
Take all the time you need.
But now I know why he came. Make peace, settle the account. Mark, when I think of how badly I treated him, oh, man.
Don't attack yourself for what was.
You know, when I was a kid, all I ever wanted from him was a hug.
Well, stuff like that is easier for some than for others.
I needed to hear the words, Mark. Not just the pretty ones either. I never knew how he felt about anything, including me. Everything was always okay, no problem, fine. Remember the movie Bambi, when one of the animals says if you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all? That was dear old Dad. It's a great theory, but it can get you in a whole lot of trouble because you never really get your anger off. You just carry it around with you until you...
Maybe you should be telling him this.
Yeah. I can tell him I'm angry with him and I love him at the same time. He'll think I'm crazy.
Well, you could try.
I haven't been able to talk to him his entire life. How do I talk to him now that he's dying?
I don't know. Maybe you just do it.
Dad, I'm sorry for how I've been acting. It's been a long time. I guess I've been carrying around a lot of hurt. Why don't we just let bygones be bygones, all right? I can't, Dad. I can't just shoot the breeze with you about how the Eagles are doing this season or how cold it is in Philadelphia.
You're right. I haven't asked you anything about your work here or your plans for the future. Why don't we go at it all over dinner tonight?
What's the matter with now?
I need a little nap right now. It's one of the privileges of babies and old people.
Are you okay?
Oh, sure. Just a little tired, that's all. How about 7?
I'll pick you up.
Okay.
Fasting before you get married?
No, I just don't have much of an appetite.
Well, after living with Joyce, I can understand why. Her cooking should be held in contempt of court. We didn't order that.
Well, compliments of the lady.
Delicious young thing. Friend of yours?
A former client. I'll go say thanks.
Well, she's all alone. Let's invite her over.
Well, congratulations. I heard that you're getting married.
Yes, I am. Elaine, I'd like you to meet my future father-in-law.
Marvin Emerson.
Oh, Elaine Grace.
Won't you sit down, Mrs. Grace?
It's Miss.
Well, that's a break. I'm divorced.
Oh. Well, I suppose if people got married for the right reasons, the divorce rate would go down. Isn't that right, Gary?
That's right, but then you have to worry about all the divorce attorneys who'd be out of work.
Oh, such a compassionate man.
How did he handle your case, Miss Grace?
Oh, he had just the right touch. It's still pending, though.
I'm also an attorney if Gary's not available.
Well, I'm not so sure. Are you going to be available, Gary?
Well, I don't know. You see,
If you'd like to talk about something other than legal matters, we could always do lunch.
Is it safe to give you my number? Oh, I guess it is. Well, nice to have met you, Marv. And, good luck. Because ever marrying you is getting quite a catch.
I bet she's something behind a locked door.
come on in. I thought we'd eat here. It's more private.
Kevin, I think we'd better turn on the lights.
Is the music to your liking, or would you prefer classical?
I'm not in a musical mood right now. I'm flattered that you like me.
I'm flattered that you like me.
Kevin, this isn't gonna work.
Can if you want it to, babe.
That's just it. I don't want it to.
Christine, haven't you ever heard of May, December romances? Didn't you ever see The Graduate?
If I gave you the wrong impression, I'm sorry. I've enjoyed your company. Really. But as a friend, can we be friends?
Friends? I don't want you to be my friend. I don't need friends in dresses. Lovers' quarrels are tough.
We're not lovers.
Yet.
So, the first time the Eagles come to town, I was torn over who to root for. Fortunately, the game ended in a tie.
Telephone call from Mr. William Griffin?
Must be you, Dad.
I'll take it over there. Why don't you get our table, all right? Hello, this is Mr. Griffin.
Mr. Griffin, this is Lynn from Dr. Rossner's office. I just wanted to make sure your son gave you the message about your appointment.
You spoke to my son?
Yes, I told him you'd missed your treatment and that we needed to reschedule you for Friday morning, around 9 o'clock. We'll see you then. Bye.
I don't believe it. I can't believe you just gave him your phone number. I thought you'd be halfway back to New York by now.
I thought he'd invite me to your wedding since it was the last time I'd even get to see you.
Elaine?
What?
You are screwing up my life.
No, you're screwing up your life. And mine too, in the process.
Wait a minute. What do you mean?
At least I know what I want, and I'm trying to do something about it.
I know exactly what I want.
Oh, do you, Gary? What? To play it safe, do what's expected?
Listen to me. Everything is planned. I'm meeting Joyce in an hour, and I'm getting married tomorrow morning.
And that's safe, isn't it? There's no risk, there's no need to sustain anything, and there's no fear of failure. Don't tell me you don't feel the same way I do.
You know I do.
Well, then didn't you ever want to shoot the moon?
Why do you want to get involved with a married man?
I'm not. Yet.
How about a drink before dinner? That was Dr. Rossner's office. I understand now why you're pretending to be so nice.
Dad, I'm sorry.
I didn't come here to get your sympathy, Billy.
I want to be your friend, Dad. Don't push me away now.
Oh, say it. Say it. Say you hate me. Say it. You've hated me all your life. You hate me now, and you hate me after I'm dead. Ah! Oh! Somebody call the paramedics. Quick! I love you, Billy.
I want to love you too, Dad. Oh. What's that? Don't die now, baby. Not now, please.
I felt it was better to talk in person rather than on the phone.
You're absolutely right.
Christine, I don't want to mince words, but I have to break our date for tomorrow night.
Oh?
It's not because of our lovers' quarrel.
Kevin, please, we're not lovers.
A minor technicality. The fact is, I have to move on.
Move on?
My cousin down in L.A. just got tickets to the Springsteen concert. I know it sounds callous, but I just couldn't pass him up, you know?
A man has to do what he has to do.
I knew you could handle it. I don't know when we'll see each other again.
Have a safe trip.
Christine.
Yes?
Just remember, we'll always have Paris.
Well, thanks for a wonderful 24 hours. And the money? Well, I guess I should be going. So, I'm really sorry if I was hanging around.
I can't take this. I just can't.
I fixed your robe. It's on the bed.
Well, maybe I should try it on.
Oh, it'll fit.
You can't go.
I can't?
What if it needs more work?
Well, 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 the lady from next door. I didn't recognize you with your clothes on.
Joyce. Joyce, actually, I'm glad you're here.
We haven't been formally introduced. I'm Elaine, the sewing lady.
No, she's not.
That is not the robe I picked out.
I didn't like the robe you picked out. It wasn't me.
Don't leave, whoever you are. Gary, I've had the most uneasy feeling about you the past couple of days.
Joyce, if it's
I
about
used
our
to think
relationship...
you were steady and reliable. Moderation was your greatest strength. It's what I most admired and respected about you. But I've got to tell you honestly, you've turned into a real flake.
Now, wait a second.
Don't interrupt her, Gary.
I know this is going to be difficult. We're not right for one another.
You see?
You stay out of this. I'm sorry. But I'm calling the wedding off.
I don't blame you.
You know how I know you're not right for me? Because that robe does look good on you.
Joyce. You're terrific. She's terrific. I mean, she really is terrific.
And you're not a flake.
We really weren't right for each other.
I've been trying to tell you that all day.
I was so close. I was an inch away from finally being able to talk to him.
sorry, Billy.
It's so frustrating. Sat by his bed. There's nothing I can do. Nothing to say. He couldn't hear me, couldn't feel me. Damn it. Why now? Just when things were starting to happen.
Maybe you should say the words anyway. You need to get it out.
It's too late for that.
Not too late for you. Talk to me. I'll be him.
It won't work, Peter. It's all over.
Come on, Billy. Whatever it is, say it. Say it to your dad.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I spent so much time being angry with you. I guess you did your best. I guess we all tried. You know, there must have been a lot of stuff between you and Mom that I don't know about. I just wish we'd been better together. I wish you'd had more time for me. I need a hug from you real bad. I love you, Dad. I love you.
Hey, Christine.
Christine! Oh, look at you. So sophisticated. Yeah, you really look beautiful.
Well, I had to dress up for my favorite fella. Look at you!
Oh, I know. All the girls keep telling me I look like Robert Redford.
So San Francisco certainly agrees with you.
Well, it has its ups and downs.
Oh.
Hey, Dad, look at this. They got these great fishing trips.
Let me see.
Steve says every man has 3 secret ambitions. To outsmart racehorses, women, and fish.
Hey, don't give away all my secrets.
Bet you don't have too many shrimp boats in Cincinnati.
Can we go, Dad? Please?
Not this trip, Josh.
Maybe next time, honey.
Well, I have you checked into the Cashmere Suite.
Oh, all those new computers. How will us teachers keep up with them kids?
Don't worry about automation in the classroom. Not unless they invent a machine that wipes noses and takes off snowsuits.
This way.
Thank you.
Oh, here you are.
Ah, hello, girls. Did you learn anything?
Sure. The only thing that kids wear out faster than shoes are teachers.
But it's great for us all to get together and talk.
We'd better hurry. Reservation's at noon.
Maybe Millie could join us.
Well, the reservation is for 2. We'll do it tomorrow, okay, Millie?
Oh, sure. Have a lovely time. You two should make this your second honeymoon.
What are you going to do?
Well, I planned on grabbing a quick sandwich and dropping in at the DeYoung Museum.
Why don't you see if that nice art teacher from Houston wants to go with you?
Well, I kind of like to look at my own pace.
Well, anyway, everything's on for tonight. Now, I do not want you to think of this as a boring blind date, but as an exciting experience.
Now I know why all your students love you. See you after lunch.
I thought you liked Millie.
I do. But we've only got a few days before we have to get back to the salt mines. Stop trying to fix her up all the time.
I don't. Millie has been out with many promising men.
Too bad they didn't keep their promises.
Oh.
Oh, Christine, it's such a lovely sweet. Josh, please don't do that. You know you shouldn't.
You should see me on the rings. I'm practically fantastic.
I'll tell you what. I'll show you the hotel gym. You can teach me. What are you doing out of school, anyway?
So, who wants ice cream?
Twist my arm.
You and Josh go ahead. I want to catch up with Christine.
Sure. All right, move them out, Kimasabi.
Can I have a sundae?
No.
Dad?
All right.
3 scoops.
Don't push it.
What is it?
There is no school holiday. Josh is sick.
What?
He has some terrible blood disease. We've come to see a specialist.
Oh, no. Why didn't you tell me?
I could barely tell myself. He's dying. My baby's dying.
Good afternoon, sir. May I help you?
I predict you have a reservation for Constantine Marcos.
Mr. Marcos, I'm Peter McDermott, the general manager. I saw you on the Carson show last night. Your predictions were amazing.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you appreciated it. But I always think that television lacks a dimension for somebody with my skills.
It's unbelievable the way you bent that fork from across the room.
The mind is an enchanted world, sir, full of heavenly sights and bent forks.
If you'll just sign this card, the bellman will take you up to your suite.
Ah, a view of the park.
How did you know that?
I merely sent my mind on ahead. Yes, I sense the gray mildness of an English spring, the noble mansions of royalty. Yes, it must be the Windsor suite.
Do you leave anything to chance, Mr. Marcos?
Chance? My dear sir, chance may hand you a lemon, but you have to turn it into lemonade.
Aren't they exquisite? Mm-hmm. Too bad your salary isn't.
I don't care. It's my one big night out on the town, isn't it?
You bet. Oh, it's good to see you so full of life, Millie. It's this city. It's the greatest place. Somebody should write a song about it.
Do I get the feeling you're planning on leaving something behind?
That depends on your cousin.
You two would get along beautifully.
That's why I need that.
Financial Digest.
You said he was a banker. Got to find some way to keep the conversation clinking right along.
A teacher who does her homework. Bert will adore you. Everyone adores you, Millie.
Oh, you're very sweet. I'll take these. But everyone adoring you is different than someone adoring you.
I know. I meant that as a compliment.
I know you did. And I love you for it.
You did great, Josh.
Thanks.
That's plenty for today. Maybe we could talk in a few minutes.
Tell you what. Josh, why don't you and I do the grand tour?
Starting with a cable car ride. I can't wait.
Okay with you, Steve? Okay.
Sure, why not?
Thanks, Dad. Bye, Mom.
Yeah, just take it easy, sweetheart.
We'll see you back at the hotel.
It's a nice young boy.
Told me all about his gymnastics class. I bet he's a natural talent.
Doctor, the last time Josh went on the rings, he blacked out. Tell us the truth.
I totally concur with your doctor's diagnosis. It's aplastic anemia, a fairly rare blood disease.
What do we do?
His bone marrow has stopped making red blood cells. He needs immediate treatment.
Or?
It will be fatal.
Dr. Fisher says he would need a bone marrow transplant.
Correct. A successful transplant from a donor could provide the red blood cells that Josh needs.
I want to be the donor.
It's not that simple, Mr. Erickson. We still have to find the best possible tissue match.
Who could be better?
Well, in all likelihood, it would be you, but we still have to run the necessary test.
When can we do that?
I suggest we start immediately.
Dad's gonna love this hat. We haven't gone fishing since he lost his old one.
You mean this is an essential part of his equipment?
I don't know, but it sure looks neat with the colored flies all over it.
Yeah, kind of like an Easter bonnet for men.
Yeah. It was really funny when Dad's old hat got snatched by this huge catfish.
Off his head?
Well, sort of. He was leaning over the boat netting this incredible trout I'd landed, and his hat fell off. And just like that, this catfish comes up, takes one of the flies, and Dad's hat with it. Boy, was he mad. And he got madder when I couldn't stop laughing.
I guess. You haven't been fishing since?
Mom doesn't want us out all day anymore. She says it's too tiring for me.
Back home, fishing was a lazy man's pastime.
That's what I keep telling her. They're always fighting about it.
Guess they just love you a lot, huh?
Of course I understand, Bert. Well, you just get well, and I'll call you tomorrow. Yeah, I love you. Bye. Oh. Now what am I going to do?
Send him some chicken soup.
I'm talking about Millie. He's breaking the date.
Tell her the truth. She'll understand.
Bill, you have an uncanny ability to tune people out. Millie is a very lonely woman.
All right, I know. I'm sorry. So what else are you gonna do? Hire her an escort or something?
Oh. Oh. Why didn't I think of that?
I always thought Houdini was considered the greatest magician.
Escape artist, no question. Magician, a clever man, certainly master of his craft, but magic is deception. No, no need. A tall gentleman is descending. As I said, magic is deception. What I do is more reception. Some of us are more attuned to the vibrations around us than others.
Oh, why? That's amazing.
The suit or the tie?
No, Mr. Marcos just predicted your arrival.
Really? What do you have on the French ambassador? He's due here any minute.
On schedule.
Good.
But perhaps you might be more interested in the flash of red I see on your horizon.
A flash of red.
Like last month's budget?
Much more personal.
Red. Well, Shirley MacLaine checked out yesterday.
No, imminent, not past. Yes, a lovely redhead is about to prance into your life. Excuse me. Come along.
Don't forget, you are Bert's friend. And no hanky-panky.
I'll be the perfect gentleman.
Just be the perfect evening to remember in Kirby, Montana. Millie, I'd like to introduce...
Hello, Bert.
Actually, I'm Charles.
My poor cousin came down with the flu. Charles is his closest friend. Oh. Nice to meet you. Well, have a good time. Maybe we'll catch you later. I'll, get my wrap.
I hope this isn't an imposition. I mean, being so spur of the moment.
I believe in spontaneity.
Well, that doesn't sound like a banker's philosophy.
Oh, that's Bert. I wouldn't know a municipal bond from a James Bond.
Oh, well, then we have something in common.
Are you sorry I came?
Oh, no. No, I just mean spending an evening with a convention of math teachers. I hope it isn't going to be too boring.
I have no intention of spending an evening with a convention of anything. I intend to spend it with you.
Well, I hope you won't be disappointed.
You might surprise yourself. My father used to say, Charles, just over the hill is a beautiful valley, but you must first climb the hill to see it.
Shall we put on our climbing shoes?
But one of us must be a good donor.
The tissue match just isn't there, Mr. Erickson. Now, your wife's a possibility, but it would be best if we had Josh's father.
What? What are you talking about? I'm his father.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be unclear. I'm talking about his natural father.
But that's me.
Well, I'm sorry. I just assumed...
Are you saying the tests show that Josh isn't my son?
Well, yes.
Tell me they made a mistake. Tell me they made a mistake. All these years and you never said a word.
I didn't know. I swear I didn't. Steve, please don't be this way.
How am I supposed to be when my son's been taken away?
Josh is your son. You raised him. He loves you. None of that has changed.
Who's his father? I want to know who his father is.
It was 12 years ago. We were going to split up. You lost your job. It was a very rough time.
So what? Did that mean you had to jump in somebody else's bed?
Oh, God. You understand as little now as you did then. You were out of town. Job interview. Tony called. He was there when I needed a friend.
A friend? You mean a lover, don't you? After everything he put you through, you get back in the sack with him?
How can I tell you how sorry I am?
Not too sorry to hang me with your ex-husband's kid.
I told you I didn't know about that until now. When you came back from that trip, you were a different person. Things got better between us. We moved, you got a job. We made a child.
No, we did. You did. With that fine, upstanding creep you were married to.
Steve, please. I love you. We have a wonderful life.
We had a wonderful life.
This is a shock. I know it is. It is to me, too. But we can't just throw everything away. Steve, please. Our son is going to die.
Guess who?
Look what I got you, Dad.
I'm going out.
Not like this. We have to talk.
What happened?
Nothing. It was nothing.
I feel kind of draggy.
Oh, maybe we overdid the sightseeing a little bit.
I'm just a little tired. It's no big deal.
You do look pale. Maybe you want to take a nap before dinner.
Dad didn't like the hat, did he?
My
My father traveled all over the place, from Veracruz to the Himalayas.
Well, he sounds like quite an adventurer.
That he was. Died in a mine cave-in. He didn't leave us very much because he never had very much.
And his daughter, is she as adventurous?
Tonight she is.
I understand what it's like to put your dreams aside because you're afraid.
I can't imagine you ever being afraid of anything.
Oh, let's just say I built too many castles in the air. They're great to live in until you
step out the door. You realize you haven't told me anything about yourself?
Well, just a simple businessman.
What kind of business?
Public relations.
That's interesting. Where did you go to school?
Well, I was a kind of a dropout.
Well, so was Abraham Lincoln.
And look what happened. He ended up on the penny. And like him, I believe in emancipation.
Does that mean you're free?
Divorced.
Forgive me for being a nosy old school teacher.
Now, why don't I order another round? I'll tell you what I did on my summer vacation.
Only if you promise not to show me your slides.
He's sleeping. I'm sorry I went to pieces, Chris.
It's allowed, you know.
How are we gonna find Tony? His mother died. The only other number's been disconnected for 6 months.
It's been less than a day. Will you give them a chance? What did you tell Josh?
That his father and I couldn't be the donors. That we're looking for a distant cousin, our nearest relative. Thank goodness he's too young to know what a stupid lie that is.
You want a glass of wine?
Remember when we were kids? And I'd come over and babysit you sometimes? Tell you all my fantastic plans?
They became my plans, too.
We'd talk about how when we grew up, we'd get away from the truck stop and we'd live the way they did in the movies. Wear beautiful clothes, fall in love with handsome men.
And you did, didn't you?
That's why this is so crazy. It can't be happening. We're the lucky ones. This only happens to other people.
Oh, Gayla, it's not over yet. Will you stop doing this to yourself?
Maybe it's a punishment. Maybe I should have stayed put. Should have been satisfied with the old life.
Since when do you give up so easily?
My son is dying. Stop being such a cheerleader.
The hell I will. Maybe it slipped your mind, but I care about what's happening to you and Josh and Steve.
Help me. What if we don't find Tony?
Maybe I know somebody who can.
Tony Pierce.
He was a bank teller in Cincinnati.
Lucy, you want to look up the home number for Bill Johnson of the Bankers Association and get me the Ohio DMV in Cincinnati.
Oh, isn't it too late?
That's the great thing about computers. They never sleep.
Hello, Mr. Marcos.
Mr. McDermott.
I'm sorry to intrude on your evening.
Not at all. Victoria's not quite ready yet.
Well, I just need to get this on the red eye tonight.
You're too busy, Mr. McDermott. I would slow down a bit, or else you're going to run right past that redhead I told you about.
Oh, I've been keeping an eye peeled.
Pity the psychologists are changing their mind and taking their convention to Los Angeles instead.
How did you know that?
I just told this old faker.
Victoria. The Greeks have a saying, you shatter an illusion at your own risk.
Well, I apologize for the interruption.
No problem. We were just on our way to dinner before the show.
Well, thanks. I'm off. And I predict you'll have a very nice evening.
Has it always been Miss Broom?
Yes. I've never married. I'm a spinster.
Don't you know there's no such thing anymore? Women have a choice, Miss Broom.
It's late. A little voice is telling me it's time to say goodnight.
Funny. I hear a little voice telling me about a quiet after-hours place.
They don't have those in Kirby, Montana.
Kirby is very far away tonight.
Going to be an expensive evening.
That's why I put him on your credit card.
Dad come back?
Oh. Not yet, sweetheart. How do you feel?
Okay. Just tired. Guess I'm worse than I thought.
And very soon you're gonna be better than you thought.
Dad looking for that Tony guy?
Mm-hmm. A lot of people are.
If it weren't for me, you two would be happy as clams.
Don't you ever say that. You're part of us. You're part of our happiness. Besides, the fight had nothing to do with you. It was all my fault.
How come?
Just because I'm a grown-up and your mother doesn't mean I'm perfect.
I don't want to leave you and Dad. I don't want to die.
And you're not going to. Not as long as your dad and I are alive.
One, two, cha-cha-cha. One, two, cha-cha-cha.
I thought they were playing a tango.
Oh, isn't music wonderful? If it wasn't for music, they could have arrested us for what we did on that dance floor.
You're a wonderful dancer.
You're a wonderful liar.
Not everything's a lie. That little voice of yours, huh?
Well, in Kirby, we have a habit of speaking up loud and clear.
Maybe you should try a little silence instead. Might be worth listening to.
It's suddenly gotten very quiet in Montana.
Who is it?
Billy. I'm sorry to bust in so late, but I found out something you should know right away.
Tony Pierce.
He's not going to be your donor.
Why?
He died a year ago.
I borrowed your toothbrush. Hope you don't mind.
How could I mind anything you do?
Maybe you should. Just a little. You're only here a few days, and last night...
And last night, you told Millie Broom she was beautiful, intelligent, warm, and desirable.
She's all those things.
And you wanted me.
Yes.
Then you can use my toothbrush anytime you want.
Millie, it's me. It's Alice. Just a minute. Where were you at breakfast? We have a 9 o'clock seminar.
Oh, Lordy, I overslept. 10 minutes. I'll meet you there.
Oh, it's okay. I'll wait.
Alice, I'll meet you down there, all right?
Sure. Fine.
I won't keep you from your seminar.
Speech communication in the classroom. Sounds like fun, doesn't it?
I've always thought teachers communicated better by what they do than what they say.
Should I be taking notes?
Good morning. I heard you all talking last night. I know Tony's dead. Don't lie to me, Mom.
I won't.
I'm gonna die now, aren't I?
Oh, Tony's death doesn't mean a thing. You have wonderful doctors. They're even saying there may be a way for me to be the donor.
But you don't have the right match.
Well, they have special drugs that prevent antibodies. I know how you feel. But, sweetheart, you have to have a little faith.
Dad doesn't. That's why he's mad at me.
Oh, he's not mad at you. Not a bit.
Yes, he is. That's why he's gone. He's walked out because of me.
Paging Mr. Van Door. Mr. Charles Van Door. Paging Mr. Van Door.
Van Door here.
We don't need the phone.
This is Corman. Don't tell me you want a progress report.
Oh, I know about your progress. I hired an escort, not a gigolo.
You're mistaken.
Millie's my friend. I won't have her hurt. Why should I believe you?
Because I have feelings, too. This one's on me.
Thanks for calling me, Dave.
Well, he's been sitting alone for over an hour.
Hi.
Hi.
It's all right, you can say it. No guts.
I was just gonna ask if I could get you anything. What were you doing all night? Just walking around?
I was there when Josh took his first step and said his first word. And now suddenly I'm told that none of that counts.
Steve, you know better than that.
I mean, what am I supposed to do? Pretend that none of this happened?
Is it pretending to say that love is more important than blood?
I hate not being Josh's father.
Then you know how he'd feel if you walked out on him now.
This isn't at all what I thought would happen.
Millie.
Something's wrong?
No, I'm having the time of my life.
Then what?
You sure say what I said about my being in public relations. That was kind of a stretch. I used to manage a touring society band.
Well, it sounds wonderful.
Not so wonderful when I went bust a year ago.
One of those castles in the air.
I teach dancing and saxophone. I have a studio downtown. Other jobs fill in here and there.
I'm glad you told me.
And if I told you, I'm a lot like your father.
When I was young, I was terrified I was going to marry somebody like my father. So I didn't marry anyone. And I missed all the love he gave me and my mother. I didn't realize that until it was too late.
Millie, about my other job, I want to tell you.
Just tell me I mean something to you. Give me that much to take home.
You've already taken my heart, Miss Broom.
I'll take care of it right away.
Thank you. I would appreciate that.
Sure.
Hi, Dave. Anything wrong?
Oh, the lady requested twin beds, but you got a double.
Well, my friend is arriving later this afternoon.
Well, let me take care of this.
Oh, sure. This is Mr. McDermott, the general manager.
How do you do?
Hello. I apologize for the inconvenience. I'll have your room changed immediately, and we'll take care of moving your thing.
Oh, you're very kind.
622. A guest of the St. Gregory should expect nothing but the best.
St. Gregory must be watching over me.
Just me, Peter McDermott. And your name?
Oh, Sister Mary Frances. Oh, and could we have a board in one of the beds? Sister Bernice has a terrible back.
Of course.
Well, I'm late for an appointment. Thank you very much, Mr. McDermott. And God bless you.
I don't know how I could have been so selfish.
I'm so sorry you were hurt.
I couldn't have gone on living if I lost you and Josh.
Then you come with us to the hospital? They're running more tests on him.
I'm with him all the way. Josh? It's your father. Josh? Where is he?
Josh!
Josh?
He was right here.
Josh! My God, he's gone.
Thank you.
I have a few errands to run. See you later.
I hope so.
Five. Is Charles a dream? I'm sorry. Oh, he was an absolute must during the opera season last year.
You're friends.
The best of friends.
It's very nice.
Well, I have a permanent live-in now. As marvelous as Charles was, and we had some marvelous times together. It's so much nicer being with someone who you know isn't doing it just for money.
It was wonderful hearing from you. Looking forward to seeing you at the convention. Sincerely, etc., etc.
You want me to carve in the various department heads?
Terry, your hair is red.
You just noticed?
Well, no, I mean, I noticed. I guess I just never related to it. You as a redhead, I mean.
Is it the dress that disturbs you? I know, I clash. I should probably go blonde. I love red so much.
How do you like that?
Which part?
A flash of red right on my horizon.
Red probably says stop to most people. I think I gotta go green.
Funny thing about horizons is it really depends on which direction you look. It could be a sunrise, something new, or a sunset, which is kind of past. I mean, it could be a redhead from my past, or somebody I already know.
I'll get this typed up right away.
It's weird.
Nice dress, Terry. I'm just not sure it's your color. It's okay, I'm going blonde. Oh, I've been trying to find you. Your friend Gayla called 3 times. She wanted to know if Josh was with you. Thanks, Terry.
Not too early, am I?
No, you're right on time. Punctuality must be a real asset in your profession.
Mrs. Corman told you.
I dragged it out of her after I encountered one of your other clients.
I'm sorry, Millie. You were never that.
Oh, turn off the damn charm, will you? It's getting a little threadbare.
I know you've got every reason to be angry.
Angry? Why should I be angry? Just because you made me feel old and ugly and pathetic.
I seem to have done that to both of us. Last night I was a man you cared about. This morning I'm the price you pay for having hormones.
That's not very funny.
No, but it's not the end of the world either. I was going to tell you today anyway. If you'd let me, I would have told you I loved you.
Do you really think I'm that stupid?
Can't we even talk? We had something. Please, let's keep it.
I'm going to be late for the final seminar.
I need you, Millie. When I look at you, I see everything I've missed in my life.
Please go.
Only if you can tell me you don't feel anything for me.
Don't you know, there are two great moments in a woman's life, Mr. Van Door. When she falls in love and when she leaves her lover.
Feeling you might come back here.
Been thinking a lot about boats the last couple days.
About the places they go.
Places I'm never gonna see.
Josh, you're wrong. Dr. Carter wants to go ahead with the operation.
He doesn't have a donor.
He's gonna use your mom.
What's the use of that? She's not right.
Not exactly, no. But you have the best surgeon and some new drugs.
And none of it'll do any good.
Josh, you're my oldest friend's son, and I love you. If anything ever happened to you, I'd cry my heart out. But I'm sure as hell not gonna do it now. And neither should you.
I don't want to die.
And I'm not gonna let you. My son's gonna outlive the whole world.
Come in.
Peter, I found a young lady in the hallway looking for you.
Mr. McDermott? I'm Debbie Morrison, and you've won third prize.
Third prize? I have? In what?
Our church raffle. I hope you like redheads. Okay, Jenny.
This is a dog.
Oh, very good, Peter.
Doesn't she have the most gorgeous red coat?
Things are sure gonna be different around your house.
Millie, why didn't you wait for me? Here, you better skim Fowler's article before the seminar. Fowler, some people are so educated they can bore you on any subject. Come on, Millie, stop feeling sorry for Don't yourself. patronize me. You paid him to lie to me. I know. I'm sorry. What if I told you I don't think he was lying? He gave me back the money. Oh, leave me alone. Okay. Just remember, I set up a date. You did the rest. And now I'm leaving him before he leaves me. I'm deciding. Because he's not your lifelong dream of a knight on a white horse? I love my Bill, but I'll tell you something I learned after I married him. There is no white knight, Millie. Not anywhere.
How risky is it?
I'm not saying we're not concerned. Mrs. Erickson is a viable alternative donor, and she's the best we realistically can find.
But his chances are good?
If he were my own son, I'd be doing exactly the same thing. Only be a few minutes, all right? He'll be going in soon.
Hi, kiddo. How you doing?
I've been counting fish jumping over fences.
Yeah? Well, I've been thinking about what we should do afterwards. I mean, go on a trip or something.
Where?
I don't know. How'd you like to take a boat? Maybe Japan. Oh, we could fish for sushi, sharks, whatever.
That'd be great.
Maybe stop off in Hawaii. I let you down, Josh. I'm sorry I made you feel bad.
It's okay now.
I love you, son.
Dad, tell me again
But what?
how I'm gonna live forever.
Thanks.
Charles, all my life, I have thought and felt in small pieces. But with you, I can say everything.
It's natural enough. Two castles in the air who passed each other in the clouds.
I don't want him to pass anymore.
You can't move into a castle in the air, Millie.
No. But you can bring him down to earth and start laying foundations.
I'm ready.
So am I. I love you, Mr. Van Door.
And they say it's all illusion.
Hi, Peter.
Hi.
Who's your friend?
Just a little redhead who bounded into my life.
Oh, I heard you were on the lookout. What a sweetie.
Well, I'm glad to see your spirits are up. How's the kid?
Both doing very well, but they won't know for a few days.
Well, you think he might like a little furry friend to speed up his recovery?
What kid wouldn't? But are you sure you're ready to give up your redhead?
It's a funny thing, this fortune-telling business. Somebody predicts the future, and we're all so gullible. We want it to happen so badly that we leap right in and make it happen.
Feet first.
Exactly.
Funny, Peter. I never thought of you as a person who puts his foot in it.